Testing, testing, testing. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Okay, let me start again. 1 second. 1 second. Let me start again. Hello, my friends, Gary Goers and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. I don't know what happened there. Everything was fine my end. But technology, right? So, what was I saying? Yeah. Gosh, we're having a moment. I clicked go live and then I got distracted trying to fix Nightbot and forgot to go onto the countdown. So there's about 3 minutes of just the background. And now this. Oh dear. But we made it. But we made it. So, hello, Delgo. Hello, Andre. Nice to see you. Welcome back. Your Gary Goyle has upgraded. Thank you so much for still being a member. Hello, I am Girth. Naino. Nikki, hello, Nikki, Danny and Mitch. Hello, Delgal, Salma. Welcome back. Good to see you back. Nightbot, you a mofo. I think that's everyone. Now, at the start, I did see Raven's message. Hey, Adam, I won't be here today, but I will catch the replay. Currently in the hospital with that nasty sea bug. I think that's COVID. And they just gave me a painkiller, so I'm likely to be sleeping when you go live. Hope you all have a fantastic chat. So, can we all please put a get well soon in the chat or some sort of well wish in the chat for Raven? I hope you feel better soon, Raven. We're all thinking of you tonight. Had to wait another 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with that one. Uh, so I'm gonna quickly say it because it has to be said. Uh, Obviously, a major event occurred last night, or at least my time last night, during the day in the States. But we do not talk politics, um, so we won't be discussing that in the chat. I've already given Danny fair warning to be on top guard tonight. There's no politics or religion or anything like that. No matter what side, whatever, it doesn't happen on these streams. Also, it's the Euro final and England is in the final, so we will only be doing one part tonight. We will only be doing 1 hour this evening because I want to go and watch England. I don't know. I don't think they're going to win. Spain are a very good team, and England have sort of just lucked their way to the final. But, football, crazy things happen in football, so you never know. You never know. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Tanya. Thank you for joining us. Hello all. Sorry I cannot stay long. Out of town visitors are coming over soon. No problem, Tanya. Not a problem at all. So we did have some suggestions. We had 2 suggestions for topics this evening from Nikki. I get it. Copa America later today. Yeah, who's in the final? Who's in the final for the Copa America? Is it Argentina? Is it Argentina? It's Argentina, I think. Colombia and Argentina. Okay, nice, nice. So that'll be a good game. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking up the topic. Yes, Jeff, I've already said we don't discuss politics tonight. So that included. That included, but I did see it. I did wake up to it today. Okay, topic discussions. Topic discussions. Okay, let me put it up there. I got my cider. Not real cider. In fact, that's probably worse for you. That's probably filled with all kinds of crazy stuff, syrups and stuff. So let's start with the funniest poet. I kind of went one step further in the title and said funniest poet alive. But does anyone have a favorite eh, comedic poet? Comedic poet, I guess you'd call it. I would say my favorite is John Cooper Clarke. But I think I told you guys recently, I Well, actually, I say recently, we're probably approaching the year mark. No, not quite, because it wasn't long before I started these streams, if not at the very start of these streams. And I know that we started these streams in November. I can't believe can you? Honestly can't believe we did. Didn't we start off doing 3 streams a week, or at least 2 streams a week? I'm the funniest poet alive, hands down. I have no doubt. I have no doubt, Jeff. I have no doubt. Yeah, can you believe we've been doing a stream a week since November, guys? That's crazy. But I remember C.A. Conrad. We spoke about C.A. Conrad, and I've been enjoying watching some of his stuff on Instagram. He makes me laugh. Yeah, 3 times a week. God, how did we do that? I don't know how we did that. I'm up for comedic poet recommendations. Nice. Well, check out John Cooper Clarke. Absolutely, Chris is a legend. Check out Dr. John Cooper Clarke. He's funny. And also check out C.A. Conrad. Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Yeah, oh my goodness, how did we manage that? I couldn't even imagine how we did that. CA is amazing. Yes, he is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, a good day to all. Hello, class. Thank you so much for joining us. There are 11 people watching, but only 9 likes. So if you're watching and you haven't liked the video yet, share some love, guys. Come on. So C.A. Conrad, John Cooper Clarke. I don't know if I know of any more. Check out John Dorsey and Rusty Barnes. First you honor the stream. There you go. Thank you so much, guys. Check out John Dorsey and Rusty Barnes. Okay. So there are 2 new poets for me to check out. And of course, Jeff Taylor poetry. I enjoy Brian Bilston. Not sure if he is necessarily classed as a comedian. His humor is definitely more sarcastic British. Okay, cool. Okay, so I've got 3 poets to check out tonight. I have to be honest, the idea of turning to poetry for comedy is quite alien to me. Maybe I'm too serious. Yeah, it. I mean, poets do tend to Alexander Pope. Poets do tend to steer towards dark and gloomy. So it's quite nice to. It's actually quite nice to focus on comedic poetry. Hello, Adam and everyone. Just now joining. Hello, Jared. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. Brian Bilston is brilliant too. Good shout. I thought it might be a refreshing topic. It is actually. It is a really refreshing topic. Fun. I'm going to a comedy show tonight. Nice, class. Nice. Where are you going and who are you going to see? Bilson and Pope are both funny. Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. Yeah, I'm actually not too familiar with him, other than um thank you so much for those hearts. Thank you very much. Other than is it Cat in the Hat? I think it's Cat in the Hat. Oh my god, how did that name not come up yet? There you go. There you go. But I haven't read Cat in the Hat. I've only seen the Mike Myers film. Cheers, guys. Come on, England. I've only seen the Mike Myers film. Even though I do have a Zeus quote on my wall. I can't remember it off by heart, but it's those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Something like that, I think. My boys loved his books. Do you know what? I'm glad that so many names can be dropped because as I am Girth said, it's not normally what I think of when I think of poetry. Comedy doesn't immediately come to mind. That's one of my favorite quotes. It is. I'm pretty sure that's the quote that's on my wall. T.S. Eliot's Old Possum. T.S. Eliot's Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats is pretty humorous too. Yeah, isn't that what inspired the musical Cats? I think something like that. Thank you so much for those 12 likes already, guys. Oh my god, we're only 15 minutes into the stream. You guys are absolutely showering me with love and likes. Yeah, Cats. I thought so. So does anyone have a favorite funny poem that they can maybe some Alden is funny too, that they can maybe put in the chat if that's not too much to ask. Keep in mind that YouTube chat only allows 200 characters, so maybe that's not possible. Bukowski isn't necessarily funny, but also he makes me laugh. Yeah, I get you on that. I nearly missed that one. I nearly missed that line there, Jeff. But yeah, I get what you're saying. The sort of outlandishness can sometimes be funny. Why aren't my messages coming? I don't know. Maybe because I'm on top chat. Maybe I'm on top chat. Hang on. I did see Alexander Pope. Let me switch over to live chat. No, I still not getting them, Salma. I'm sorry. Maybe because if there's any technical folks that can help, but maybe as I say, YouTube, you're only allowed 200 characters, so that might be why. Or maybe Jeff or Danny can tell me maybe some of your uh messages are being filtered for whatever reason. Roses are red, violets are dead. Oh, go on then. Let's see it if it fits in the chat. If it fits in the chat, why not? I'm on live chat now as well, guys. So hopefully I don't miss anything. I haven't seen any comments come through. Oh, that was the whole poem. Oh, roses are red, violets are dead. Me neither. Okay, I'm not sure then, Salma. I'm not sure why your messages aren't coming through. YouTube just being annoying, I guess. I'm just trying to think if I've read any funny poems. I must have. I must have read some funny poems in my life, but they're not coming to. Salma needs to try flirting with Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot is our. Well, he's a robot, and he is an authoritarian. Oh, yeah, he's an authoritarian. No, he's a robot, Salma. It's not a real person. It's just it's an inside joke that we have running with Nikki. It's a she. Ah, okay. Nightbot's a she. Fair enough. Fair enough. But it's an inside joke we have with Nikki because the first time we used Nightbot, Nikki put in some capitals and Nightbot uh, was just went crazy. And now it's an in joke that they've got a thing going on. There is one funny poem I can think of that's inspired by a famous haiku. I don't remember it though. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. It'll come to you at the dead of night as well, when all the stream is finished. But if it does, just leave it in the comments down below. By the way, guys, feel free if you're watching playback to leave comments. I do come back and I do really, really appreciate and really, really enjoy receiving comments. It means a lot to me and I like replying to them. So if you're watching playback, do leave a comment. Thank you so much for that heart coming in. Lady of the Nightbot. There you go. Lady of the Nightbot. I actually had to put Nightbot in a timeout last week, I think it was, or the week before. Okay, funny poems, funny poems. Let me Google it. Shall I just Google it and read one that comes out? Okay, funny poems. Right, 23 funny poems that will perk up your day. The best funny poems to share with your friends. Hang on, that's a book. 23 poems that will perk up your day. Verifying I am a human. Roger McGow's has a lot of funny poems. Must go. Our friends have arrived. Have an amazing rest of your day, evening. Until next time. Thank you very much, Tanya. Enjoy your afternoon with your friends. Funny poems that bring the laughs in verse. 1. My Shadow by Robert Louis Stevenson. I think I've heard of this one. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from the hills up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not all like proper children, which is always very slow, for he sometimes shoots up taller like an Indian rubber bull, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. I feel like that's more of a children's poem than a funny poem, unless I missed something there. Bye, Tanya. Enjoy your time with your friends. It's by Sam Pink and called Piece of Shit. Okay, I will read that after. There's one here by Lewis Carroll called Phantasmagoria. I'll give that one a go. This one is a long one, but TLDR, the narrator encounters a mysterious spectre in his house. Sounds like my kind of poem. When asked what he's doing there, the ghost says, and then the start of the poem. Hey, it ain't going through. What's not going through, Salma? And hopefully one of the mods can help you, or I can help you. Dorothy Parker, Ogden Nash, and Silverstein are some humorous poets that come to mind. We can check some of them out. Okay, so this is what the ghost has to say. And as to being in a fright, allow me to remark that ghosts have just as good a right in every way to fear the light as men to fear the dark. No, please, said I, can well excuse such cowardice in you, for ghosts can visit when they choose, whereas we humans can't refuse to grant the interview. He said, a flutter of alarm is not unnatural, is it? I really feared you meant some harm. But now I see that you are calm. Let me explain my visit. Houses are classed, I beg to state, according to the number of ghosts that they accommodate. The tenant merely counts as weight, with coals with other lumber. I don't think these are so much funny poems as they are children's poems. I don't know. Right, where's that? There's that one from Nainu. Where did it go? Sam Pink, piece of shit. Okay, Reddit. Is it that small? Okay. All I've got in front of me is from Reddit, and it goes, piece of shit. When I see a frog and it takes a hop away from me, it's like, what the fuck, man? Oh, wow. There you go. That's what we were looking for. They're not really funny. Oh, Shell. Ogden Nash is very funny. What the hell, man? I found it funny anyway. No, I get it. I get it. It's one of those that kind of just stops. So, like, uh, bluntly, and it's like, oh, what the hell, man? Oh no, I can feel a bee in my nose. I'm gonna sneeze. There's a buzzing in my nose right here. It's gonna make me sneeze. Bless you. Thank you. I was asked to read a poem at my dad's wedding earlier this year, and I accidentally turned what I think we intended to be quite sweet into a skit. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, okay. uh, yeah, I quite like John Cooper Clarke. I know that doesn't he have a poem called "Funniest Guy Alive"? Shall we see? Shall I read that? Funniest guy alive. Maybe not. Maybe I'm imagining that. Cooper. I don't know the poet, but I found a haiku. I love my master, thus I perfume myself with this long, rotten squirrel. Ah, I think that's about probably a pet, right? A cat or a dog. Oh, the luckiest guy alive, that's it. I think it's funny watching Adam trying to see the humor in it. What's that? Oh, I see a link. Oh, that's Nightbot. I don't know he really did try. I'll Still Be Loving You by C. David Hay. I'll Still Be Loving You. I like that one too. I'll Still Be Loving You by C. David Hay. See, sorry, I should not be doing that with a mic right in front of me. Sorry, guys. I'll mute it. Next time I need to sniff, I'll mute it. Okay, I'll Still Be Loving You by C. David Hay. Okay, ready? When your hair has turned to winter and your teeth are in a plate, when your getter up and go has gone to stop and wait, I'll still be loving you. When your attributes have shifted beyond the bounds of grace, I'll count your many blessings, not the wrinkles in your face. I'll still be loving you. When the crackle in your voice matches that within your knee, and the times are getting frequent that you don't remember me, I'll still be loving you. Growing old is not a sin, it's something we all do. I hope you'll always understand, I'll still be loving you. I can see why that turns into a skit. It sort of starts out like a skit. Maybe it's just the British accent or the way we talk that makes it sound like a skit. But it does get sweeter towards the end. Talking about someone's wrinkles in their face and teeth on a plate. My dad isn't the youngest groom in the world, and I kept looking at him, which made the guest collapse in hysterics. That's such a nice poem, though. Yeah, yeah. But I can see why it kind of feels like a skit talking about someone's teeth on a plate during this like super romantic environment and stuff. Or maybe that's just me, but it reminds me of Ed Sheeran's song, you know. I don't know the name of it, but I know what I mean in my head. Sorry, guys. Oh, I should be muting. There's this nose here, as opposed to a nose over here. When your legs don't work like they used to before, that's it. That's the one. Thinking out loud. There it is. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. There it is. There it is. I don't know how to segue. We've got two completely opposite topics from Nikki tonight. I don't know how to segue into them. There's no sort of natural segue, I don't think. Manic laughter, yeah. I'm just trying to find Luckiest Guy Alive to read. I'm sure it was a poem and not just a book. It's always difficult to read any funny MH poems. MH poems. Oh, I see. Yeah, mental health poems. Contents. The luckiest guy alive. Okay, I'm going to try and read this without falling into a cheap Cooper Clark impression. And now for something completely different. Mental health. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just do that, Chris. Let me just quickly read this. I don't know if this is massively funny. I just know that it's. I thought it was the funniest guy alive, but it's the luckiest guy alive. But I got it here anyway. Anyway, nothing matters, and what if it did? There's more than one way to make a quid. You'll be farting through silk if you stick with me, kid. I'm the luckiest guy alive. Life is one big happy skive, the luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. On the fairway, I'm under par. At the boat club, they call me the commissar. With a monogrammed tankard a hanging in the bar, I'm the luckiest guy alive. I got a kick-ass drag boat, I ain't allowed to drive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. A broad daylight killing spree, I heard about it on the BBC. Expert opinion tends to agree. Stranger things apparently happen at sea. Anyway, don't worry about me, I'm the luckiest guy alive. A better situation you could only connive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. Time was Time was the whole of the law that kept my feet on the literal floor, but gravity ain't my friend no more. Oh no, that's for sure. But I'm the luckiest guy alive. I got a facial tattoo saying please revive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for trouble to arrive. It's hard to read a Cooper Clarke poem without going into a dodgy impersonation of him, but I did my best. I almost did. I almost went into Cooper Clarke, but I didn't. And now for something completely different. Thanks, Chris. Um, that's the perfect segue. This Be the Verse by Philip Larkin. That was so quick, Nikki. It's a favorite of mine. Okay, we'll use that as the we'll use that as the segue. And now for something not so completely different. Philip Larkin. Okay. Philip Larkin. What are we saying? This be the verse. This be the verse. All right. Oh, it's on Poetry Foundation. Okay. This be the verse by Philip Larkin. They fuck you up, your mum and dad. They may not mean to, but they do. They fill you with the faults they had and add some extra just for you. But they were fucked up in their turn by fools in old style hats and coats, who half the time were soppy stern and half at one another's throats. Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out as early as you can and don't have any kids yourself. And there's a poem about generational trauma. Okay, so how did I end up so far back? I don't know if that's now messed up the angle. Cheers, guys. Right, so yeah, okay. What was the actual thing? I think it just said mental health in poetry and the therapeutic. Let me get it up. Uh, what about poetry and mental health? As in poetry as therapy, but also as a trigger. Just a thought. What do you mean by as a trigger? That's interesting. And what do you guys think about using poetry as therapy? Because this is something I really want to focus on for the laureateship as well. So actually, it'd be quite helpful to hear what you guys think about this. Do you think poetry is a good form of therapy? A good way of kind of just getting things off your chest and writing about them? Or do you think not so much? What are your thoughts? Oh, I've got a headache. I've been staring at a screen for too long, but it's okay. Girth and I were discussing this at the open mic, how mental health focused readings can be more triggering than therapeutic. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge debate, and I think we've touched on this before, but there are new viewers, and some may have missed it. Um, there's a huge debate about trigger warnings in poetry right now, and I can kind of see both sides of it. A lot of people are saying like, oh, if you put a trigger warning on a poem, then it sort of ruins the effect. Um, and I can see that argument, but I can also, as someone who never thought I could ever be triggered, right? I thought I'd built up a tough skin enough, not to be triggered and stuff like that. But then, when Matthew Perry passed away, and I was kind of watching back on all the old stuff, all the old Friends clips, and especially all the old interviews. I think it was an excerpt from his book, his biography, autobiography. I think it was an autobiography or a biography, by the way. And he was talking about his relationship to alcohol and how the reason he drunk and got addicted to it because whilst he was drunk or whilst he was high or whatever, it was the only time the world sort of made sense to him. It's the only time like stars had aligned, and it's the only time he knew how to live in the world. And that kind of reminded me of my connection to it all, and it kind of triggered me a little bit, and I almost relapsed. I did, just thinking about that sense of just normality. So from that point onwards, I kind of get trigger warnings. I get trigger warnings. I think poetry is therapeutic, both writing but also reading. I find reading poetry really therapeutic. Nice. Is that ask that question again? Which one? It depends on the intentions you have with poetry. Is either somewhere to safely process your thoughts and feelings, or mining your own trauma purely for content. Poetry can only do what you ask of it, as with any art. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. And I'm sorry, Nikki, I hope you don't hate me for this, but I did say in my video about tortured poets department or something, like I do feel like people romanticize or glorify uh tortured or kind of melancholia and depression and stuff. Like it's the cool thing, it's the in thing. But anyone that's actually been there will tell you, like, no, it sucks. Well, they absolutely do romanticize it. Remember the obsession around Effie from Skins? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Everyone wanted to be Effie, the tortured sort of. Yeah, I don't get it. And now Euphoria. I'm not sure what that is. Ask that question again. I can't remember what question that was for. I think poetry is therapeutic, both writing but also reading. I find reading poetry really therapeutic. Yeah, I agree with that, Chris. You know, when you find a poem that you really, really connect to, right, and really kind of speaks to you, especially like the sort of that really connects to the moment you find yourself in. Um, it can be really therapeutic in the sense that just knowing that you're not alone and that other people have felt it, right? And you'll read a poem and you'll kind of go, "Oh, that was kind of nice. Yeah, no problem," and move on. And then you might read it again at a different point in life, but it connects to that. You relate to it far more because that's the moment you're in, right? I love this quote. We are writers, my love. We don't cry. We bleed on paper. Yes, I love that, Salma. Very nice. Media in general has a really shitty relationship with triggering and problematic behavior. I didn't notice how prevalent it was till my daughter started watching more adult shows. There's a fine balance between being challenged by a poem and being triggered by it. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I've got it on my arm, funnily enough. I don't know if you can see it. It's writing is easy. All you do is sit at a typewriter and bleed. Um, yeah, elaborate that on that a little bit more, Nikki. Poetry 100% therapy, burning out the subconscious on. Where'd it go? Hey, where'd it go? Hey, I was reading that. Where'd it go? Maybe there was a spelling mistake or something, but I was reading there. Like for example, in teen shows like The Vampire Diaries, every time a character gets stressed, they pour them a decanter of whiskey. It's normalizing alcohol as a coping mechanism. Yeah, oh, they've been doing that forever though. They've been doing that forever. They used to, didn't they do that? Didn't t- didn't tobacco companies pay film production companies or studios to just have cigarettes left, right, and center? I think sounds about right. I think so. As a marketing thing, right? Every character had a box of, I don't know, whatever they used to smoke in the day, Marlboro or whatever. I don't know. Tobacco companies were the main funding for a bunch of shows. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. But weren't a lot of writers high? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a big thing. That was a big thing. That's so wild to think about now. Soap companies too. I didn't know about the soap companies. But yeah, you're right, Salma. A lot of writers, a lot of creatives, but yeah, a lot of writers tend to be intoxicated when they write. Oh, here we go again. Now it's this side. Bees in my nose. So we're kind of desensitized to it in TV, etc. But we don't seem to have the same resilience when it comes to fiction and poetry. I find it interesting. Perhaps the written word is more intimate. Write drunk, edit sober. Yeah, I think it was Stephen King. Poetry 100% therapy, bringing out your unknowns, allowing you to reflect, shine light upon, so you can carry on. I think that's so true. Oh, England starts in 15 minutes, guys. Oh, come on, England. I don't think we're going to win it. I really don't think we're going to win it, but we can hope. We can hope and dream. Um, Poetry 100% therapy, bringing out your unknowns, allowing you to reflect, shine light upon so you can carry on. Yeah, there's a few times in my life where, and excuse me, there's a few times in my life where I have, and I still plan to, use poetry as a way of sort of closing the book on certain parts of my life and kind of dealing with that and rather than just sort of sit and reflecting on it, which is basically what you are doing, except you're adding another step to it by turning it into a poem. But I think that's really helpful. I think that's really helpful. But as I am Girth says, it can also be destructive as well. You gotta be sensible with it, I suppose. Do you necessarily have to be dismal to be able to write great? Absolutely not. We literally started this stream talking about great poets who write funny poetry. It's just it's just a coincidence, I guess. Or maybe it can't be a coincidence. It's too much to be a coincidence. There's something about poets and poetry that do are sort of drawn to certain ways of feeling, I guess. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting to think about. Um, but absolutely no, you don't have to be dismal to be able to write great. My collection started as therapy for me. I hope it can provide something similar for others. In that way, difficult topics can hopefully be constructive thing. Yeah, and people will say like poets and artists have a job to shine a light on things that are stigmatized or whatever. Maybe there's something to that. Maybe there's something to that in the sense of jobbing artists and jobbing poets and people. But I don't think I don't think it's a must. I don't think it's a must. No, but I think being in a dark place does make you more emotionally attuned to all kinds of situations. I just wrote a poem about being in therapy. I tried for humorous and uplifting. Why do you say you tried? Did it not come out humorous and uplifting? I'm sure it was. Oh, this bee in my nose won't go away. You have to see beauty in pain, and there'll always be pain in beauty. Ooh, that's the nature of impermanence. Wow, drop the mic, I am Girth. I used to think that I could only write when I was at my darkest. Me too. It's only since I've gotten a handle on my mental health that I've realized that's not the case. What's MH? Mental health. Mental health. Don't worry, I thought that when I first saw Nikki put that too. It's like MH? I thought I was no longer down with the kids. I'm definitely no longer down with the kids. I write more when I feel like I'm being more productive in life. The bad times offer good inspiration, though. Yeah, bad times offer good inspiration. Good times offer good inspiration. I think moments of heightened elevation, elevated living, I'm going to say. Moments of elevated living, whether you're super happy or super sad. That's very true. I say I tried because it's up to the reader if I succeeded. That's very true. I believe you could be in a great headspace and still write heart-wrenching, prolific poetry. Yeah, I think well, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible if you have the ability to be able to sort of transport yourself um into that headspace. If you're incredibly empathic or just able to reconnect with something in your past, I guess. Because what I will say is I think poetry has to be 100% truth. It has to come from a real, truthful place. There's a lot to be said about living as inspiration. I think Matt was talking about. Oh, I've lost it. I think Matt was talking about that on a recent vlog. There's a lot to be said about living as inspiration. Yeah, you absolutely. Uh, sorry. What was I saying? Authenticity is key. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And poets have to live and get inspiration. The times I've been most inspirationed, the times I've been most inspired is off the back of living life and being on a holiday and just doing something separate from everyday life. You say hetch instead of etch. I don't know. I probably did. I have a weird thing with words, even though I work with them, um, where I mess my words up for whatever reason. I just brain stops computing. Absolutely, class. With enough distance from an event or whatever dark thing you're writing about, the honesty is still there. Adam Gary, inspiration poet. You guys, I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. You can get that at adamgary.co.uk/shop. Inspiration poet. I will buy that t-shirt. Okay. I will consider making it then. I would absolutely buy that. Okay, maybe I have to look into it then. Inspiration poet. Making experiences is certainly good for creativity, but you have to be careful not to get too close to the line and end up in the old toxic writer trope. Yeah, what would that be? What would that be? Thank you so much for those hearts. Just elaborate that on that a little bit, Jeff, just so I can understand. Guns, not cuns. Everyone's messaging me. Sorry, guys. Inspiration poet. Ape of the Lock with an R was funny. I guess that's why my message wasn't going through. Oh, okay, yeah. If it's got a word like that, I got you. Um, then yeah, YouTube will hold that back. I said, I said we need a picture of you grinning like a loon, making finger guns with inspiration poet. Like Bukowski and the Beats, they were the embodiment of the toxic writer trope. I want to learn from that rather than be emblematic of it on the t-shirt. Yeah, I got you. Yes, I know what you mean. And also Californication. Has anyone seen Californication? That's sort of inspired by all of that as well. Hank Moody. We all need examples of what to not lean into. Just to let you know, guys, I will be taking off in maybe 4 minutes. That'll give me 2 minutes to get in front of my TV to watch the game. But thank you so much for joining me. Sorry it's only been a short. While we're on it, actually, probably this will lead nicely into the close. But thank you for joining me tonight. Sorry it's only been one part. Hopefully, you guys understand. England have never won a Euro tournament before, so I don't think they will tonight either. But if they do, it will be super historic. Um, so hopefully, you guys understand why I'm taking off. But also, I don't think I posted again this week. I have to apologize. I am so burnt out it's unreal, guys. So I apologize. I'm working really, really hard on making sure I have everything ready for the Promoting Passion convention in August. I'm away. There won't. I'll tell you closer to the time anyway. But I won't be streaming. Maybe I will stream actually because it's only. I believe it's only 19th to the 23rd, so I should be back by Sunday, depending on how uh not busy, how tired I am. I might still stream on the Sunday. But yeah, I'm incredibly burnt out, guys, more than I've ever been, and I practically live in a constant state of burnout, but I'm so tired. So I do apologize that things have been, and I'll be open and honest with you, they may still be a little bit slacking the next couple of weeks while I kind of really get this lecture down. Um, Naino is helping me with it, doing a fantastic job. So yeah, I apologize that I'm slacking a little bit, but I do try to post on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's Adam Gary Poetry. I still try and keep you guys up to date, but yeah, apologies though. I don't think I posted this week, so sorry I'm all over the place. The men haven't anyway. Wait a minute. I hope there's no sexism going on in the chat right now. Yeah. I respect that. Too many people sanitize the rhetoric around them because they're fans. The men haven't anyway. What? I'll get popping those rats? No. Raft? Oh, I'll get popping those raft boats Wednesday. What's happening on Wednesday? Chris, definitely going away inspirationed by tonight. You guys are such inspiration poets. Gosh. Lol, no, I'm referring to the Lionesses. They won the Euros not too long ago. Ah, okay. Okay. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there, guys. Again, thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it was only an hour, but we got two topics squeezed into an hour, and we got some comedy poetry too. If you're watching playback, please hit the like button and leave a comment. As I said, wakey wakey. Here we go. I enjoyed myself, everyone. Adam, I will introduce you to new poet the next time you go live. Sounds good. That'll be great. Goodbye, all. Wakey, wakey, boo, hiss. See you later, guys. If you're watching the game, enjoy the game. Uh, Andre, I know you're watching Copa America, so enjoy that game. And speak to you all very, very soon, guys. Ciao.